Hey everyone, welcome back to Factorio. I am SeiferKatt, and we are so close to getting some real serious shit made. That is the official term for how close we are to getting some serious shit made. So what we need to do today is we need to get more titanium made than we've ever made before. And that's not a hard thing to do. I like that I'm doing this while walking near a train yard. But yeah, so we need to get some we need to get titanium. Yep, I got there in the end. And there's going to be a few things required for that. We're going to need chemical furnaces, which I think we have. We're going to need crystallizers. We're going to need a few crystallizers. But yeah, so once we get all that stuff made, we should be pretty good. I'm just trying to clear my inventory so I can actually take all the stuff that I need. I'm sure heat pipes aren't in there, but I can't see them. I'm very likely to just get inundated with heat pipes any second now, though. Yeah, I should probably turn everything on. If I turn everything on, then I'll get a lot of stuff coming in. Alright, here comes my stuff. Will it absolutely fill my inventory with stuff I don't need? Very well might do. What I don't need is all these radiothermo electric things, so we can just put them in here for now. We will worry about those another day. We should be more or less good to go. Okay, so we're going to build some titanium. We're going to build it once, and then we're going to build it 2 or 3 times more just to make sure we've got enough titanium. Now, I was originally planning to build it down here, but then I think I built other stuff there. So what I could do is build through the top here and then just go with it from that. That should hopefully do the job. So we're going to need some land, but thankfully we've got 22,000 landfill. So we should be just fine on that. Now we're going to sort of build from here and stretch out to as far down as we need to go. That's the plan. Because we do need to make a lot of titanium, probably. Probably don't need to make a lot right now, but we're going to need to make a lot. So right now the plan is just make a lot of land area and then expand from that. That's the plan. We'll see how that goes. We've got a lot of land to play with. I really want to ideally have 2 or 3 runs of titanium, all of them running perpetually. We may need to also get more chlorine for that, but we can worry about that another day. And by another day, I mean next. Let's just get the titanium going, and then we'll figure out what we actually don't have. Charcoal should be fine enough as well. And we still got plenty of land if we want to expand on my production right now, which I don't know if we need to right now. Okay, great. Let's get these things out of the way so I don't accidentally build over them and then get them on conveyor belts some mysterious way. And we want some of these. Now, I don't really want it quite the way that it's assembled itself for now, but that's okay. We'll worry about that later. And we don't want to interrupt the trains. So there is probably the best place to start from. Now, of course, it is making them all out of copper pipes, but that's alright. We can upgrade those to be plastic pipes like we like. Okay, so that is the first part of this done. Now, these are going to be making... Heat's not a problem. Transport belts is going to be making... we could probably double that, in fact. So let's just go like that. Double the scale, double the fun. Okay, so the scale has been doubled. That is nice. We've run out of crystallizers already, but that's okay. Not about getting it all done in one go, it's about getting closer. Okay, so with that, we now have enough crystallite. We probably should have taken some ore crushers, but lo and behold, we actually have them. Neat. So light blue, dark blue, and red. Now, red rubite, of course, requires... rubite is going to require the nitric acid, not really a problem. I think dark green and light green both use sulfuric, which is, of course, the easiest acid to make. So that's good. Okay, and we will crush, because you got crush. You ain't crushing, you ain't living, as they always say. That is what they say. And also we're going to move the crushed stone down into this line here. So do we still have... How do we do it for this? Crushed stone, then got diverted. Okay, let's... We're not using anything special then, we're just using stack inserters. And probably stack inserters that way. They connect up, they go down, we split into crushed stone. Okay, probably want to move that one further back. Maybe I should have copied it before doing that, but hey, here we are today. Okay, and other way. Right. So we're going to expand on that probably now. Now's a good time to expand on that. It is, of course, using the wrong type of materials, but that's easily fixed. And like that. And then one more. Then after that, we can just go like that. Like that. And look, let's just connect to the crushed stone now, so we don't need to worry about it later. Because otherwise, oh, there's a random alien artifact there. That's exciting. Your results may vary on how exciting you'd find that, but I found it pretty darn exciting. Okay, so that's going to give me a lot more crushed stone, which is good. Okay, then after that we got to worry about the flotation cells. Now we're going to, of course, need more purified water for that, but that shouldn't be a problem. So, this would be doing the equivalent of 4 of these. It's not even making 4 of those. So, we could expand it, but quite frankly, I don't think we want to or need to. So since it's only going to be doing... it's going to be doing... Well, it's just going to be doing that, so 0.25. Okay. So we equivalate? Yes, we equivalate that. One would argue that equivalate's not a real word, and I would say phooey to that. Okay, so one of these does 0.3. So 4 of these does... Do I double that? Yeah, I double that. Okay. So 8 of these. I hope we've got enough space for this. I guess we'll find out soon enough, won't we? And of course that means we also want the same... Well, actually, let's put these one across rather than right there. Just to give me a little bit of extra space. And now, of course, it is again the wrong resource, but we will fix that later. Okay. So purified water is going to be a problem. Kind of predicted that, but how much purified water is this actually going to need? Going to need the equivalent of 36,000 purified water per... Please tell me that was per minute, not per second. Per minute, thank goodness. I was not quite sure how I was going to get that much pure water in here. Now, one of these produces 12 purified water, so 36, that's 3 of these, sorry. So we can probably take some blasting charges here. That might damage some things, but that's alright if it does. Okay, and we need to go offshore pumps and hydro plants, and we're going to need a few of these. I'm going to separate them on a new plan that we've got, which is that each one will actually get its own. Normally we wouldn't worry about such things, but we are going to worry about them this time. Okay, and so purified water, these should be making 36. So if we combine these, it should be equivalent. It is! Wonderful! Now, of course, we do need to clarify that water. That should not be a problem. Just one of these bad boys will be able to handle the saline water. We, of course, will need to deal with the badness of that boy very soon. But the badness of that boy is not to be worried about right now. Okay, so we will put that one. Oh, that's could be an interesting problem. We'll put that one here. Cool. The next one we get put it out one, otherwise it doesn't work. Which is an interesting problem. We will need to probably do some underground pipe work to get that working properly. Not a problem though. There's been underground pipes between them, so that's fine. Okay, and I would like to get these at least the right materials for now, so I don't start connecting things. Yeah, let's try that again, except this time doing it properly. Neat. And rubite, which of course outputs nitric wastewater as opposed to your regular wastewater. Oh, sulfuric. Yes, wastewater is not really regularly sulfuric. Okay. Now we could use the sulfur to make more stuff. Quite frankly, I don't think it matters. I think we can just clarify that. So let's get this sorted now. Okay. Then what we're going to do is do some underground belt work. Could have probably done that a lot better. Because then we can find a place where we can actually... You know what, let's just do this. Just make it all clean and pretty. That way I can delete this. Man, I love having faster construction. That takes no time. Okay, cool. Good time to save. Thank you, game. So cool. Okay. And we're going to need that one more out. Okay, so conveyor belt, oh not conveyor belts, grabber arms, easy. These ones are always going to be to the left of there. Okay. That one can come that way. These ones are going to be in a slightly different place, but that's just because everything else is in a slightly different place. And again, they can be all just before, except that one, which is after, and then we just continue the trend. Because when you mess up, you might as well continue messing up forever. That's what school taught me. Okay, so then we're going to have the sulfuric wastewater. And that's going to be making how much? 200 a second. Clarifiers, I think, pretty sure can easily deal with 200 a second sulfuric wastewater. So we will make them do that. Even 400. So that's what we're going to make it do. Okay. And nitric wastewater we're going to put down the bottom. Okay. Now one could ask, what was my plan for getting rid of the... Well, how to get these out, and I could probably use the top. The top's probably the better for those ones. Yeah. Okay, so now leaching plants. So this titanium will then go that way, and we can just copy those. Go. One could say that's not quite balanced, and I'm like, you know what? That's fine. Because I've put that there, that's in slightly the wrong place, so we are going to go like this for those ones. And that works. Great. We're going to get so much titanium, I don't even believe it. Okay, and then that comes out. Leaching plants. So we're going to be making... Let's just go per minute. I like per minute. 480 per minute tops. The leaching plant will need to be able to deal with that. And we are going to put a little bit of a space in there. So one of these will deal with 45 per minute. Wait, did I say 480? That's a lot. 480 is right. Wow, okay. The 480 is about 11 of these. Yikes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11? Is that 11? That is 10. Well, my kindergarten teachers are disappointed with me once again. But you know what? It's like I always told them. Counting is real hard, miss. Like, when are we ever going to use counting in real life? Something about like a kindergartner doing those sort of lines which people use to high school math teachers is really funny. Okay, so we're then going to run out of leaching plants, but that's okay. And I thought we picked up all the alien artifacts, but clearly there are some just lying around. So the good news is those are the only ones that are going to need nitric acid. And then once we have that, we can actually start working on titanium. We have not got enough room for this. I can see that now. But the amount of titanium this will make will be insane. So maybe that's okay. A lot of titanium is good. So nitric acid, we have nitric acid in here, don't we? Eventually. Not making enough nitric acid still, really? What is the slowdown, guys? What are you afraid of? Fear? Ammonia shortages? It's ammonia shortages, actually. And that's short because run out of hydrogen because that's all full up. Okay, that's fine. We will deal with that now, actually. Well, we won't deal with it now, but we'll at least connect this to the nitric acid line. And then we can deal with it when we... Okay. Bit of a pain, but it's not insurmountable. Wow, it's going to have to go a little bit. In fact, I could just go like that. Connect it down there. Okay, so that gets it connected to nitric acid, sort of. Now we could of course use wastewater to support that, but I don't think that's required. We just need to make more ammonia. Sulfuric acid, that's going to be an easier connection, but I don't want to worry about it just yet. Because, well, I'll start worrying about it. That might be a better way to put it. Now, sulfuric acid should be just as easy to get as nitric acid. Because it should be along near the same run. And there it is. Thank you. I have bread. Okay, so sulfuric acid then comes up there, and that'll be perfect. I'm gonna start making Catwoman puns now. I think that's gonna be my new channel thing. I mean, not Catwoman puns specifically, but cat puns. All right, we are slowly, and by slowly I mean rapidly, running out of inserters. So that's fun. That's something we have to live for. That's slightly in the wrong place, so... And what we could do is just copy a bunch of these and just flip them. And do it like that. That's fine, that last one's just in the wrong place. That's okay, easy fix. Okay. There is no way we're going to be able to get all of this in this space. We can always move the steel production, that's not too big a deal. I mean, in fact, we could even move the steel production down here. So that's fine. So next thing we need is ore sorters. We're also going to need something a little bit else, aren't we? We're going to need crystallizers for the... what are they called? These bad boys. Okay. Now, so let's go get some crystallizers. We should have ore sorters on us already. We do. Wonderful. There's some chemical furnaces. We're going to need more chemical furnaces. Okay. Maybe like 20 of these. I wouldn't usually say that many, but I think it is actually that many we need. And do we bother fixing the nitric acid now? I think that'd be the right idea. It'd be the only good and just thing to do. I need to build more exoskeletons when I'm doing these long walks. Or I can hitch a ride on this coal belt. Wait, why is that not making coal? Because it's not actually connected. Cool. That's never made charcoal. That's alright, it's making charcoal now. And let's just go collect a bunch of resources. Science is at 80%, that's good. Chances are by the time we've finished all this work, we'll probably actually have the space science completed and we can start worrying about the satellite. That's the hope anyway. We should be good with that though. Wonder how hard it is to make the next level of titanium. So, process titanium. I feel it's almost what we're doing anyway. Oh, you actually must process it. No? Eight turns into 120 as opposed to 8, which turns into 120. Doesn't actually matter, it seems. And why would you do it? Why would you bother? Oh, because it's not 8 turns into 20. 24 turns to 120, but there is slight improvements there. Okay, so maybe I will do those slight improvements. Whereas at that point, I could do that. I don't know if I've got the tech for it. I don't. Do I have the tech for this? I do. Okay, so we'll process the titanium, but we won't go any further than that. I don't think we need to. Okay, finger bus. Let's go up here, and let's actually just leave it up here this time. There are other ways for the trains to get where they need to go without going this way, so the finger bus will be actually quite happy sitting there. They can return us home when we need to get there. Right. right, it didn't actually have a reason to stop. That's my fault. Okay, so the train was going there and then it just kept going. That's pretty rudimentary mistakes there that I've just made, but it's pretty funny that I made it regardless. Okay, and we're going to jump out now before it starts trying to do something else crazy. Okay, that's the artillery cannon going. That's always fun to see. It always scares me when I see it though, because I don't know what it is. I'm like, oh shit, what is that, a fly? Is there a fly in my room? I don't want a fly in my room. But there's no flies, it's just artillery shells. One would argue artillery shells are significantly worse than flies. But, you know, that's a matter of opinion, really. Okay, so sulfuric acid's in. And yes, we do want to connect those as well, don't we? So the question I've got now is an interesting one. First off, let's build the ore sorter, and we want titanium. We'll probably build a little bit closer. Question is, how much is going to sort? 360. How much are we going to be outputting? 120. So 120, that's about a little bit less than 500, so 4 of these. Yeah, it's absolutely not enough room for all of this. That means they're going to want to go through 240. That's actually going to make enough. Huh. Wouldn't have thought it. Okay, that's got to make the regular mineral catalyst as opposed to the crystal catalysts. Okay, so the next step in this adventure is to come this way. Wait, it's not actually outputting anything yet, is it? So that's wrong. Although it could be close to right. If we go like that. Just going to do it manually for some reason. Cool. And then these. Yeah, that's looking good. But then we have another one that's going to go similar pattern. And okay, we just want more of those. So we got 81 science. I would love to get this done before we're done with the satellites, but we'll see what happens. Okay. I really want to just do everything in one go, just because that's who I am as a person. Actually, that's going to be the top one, so it'd be best for that to go there. And this one to go here. Awesome. Then finally we got to worry about the rubite, which worrying about rubite. Oh, actually, rubite doesn't even have anything going into it. Maybe that's the best, because then we can just go copy and paste. Okay, and that is going to be the further out one, which means it's going to be out here. How am I going to get the titanium out of here, though? That's my new question. And it's a good question, too. How am I going to get the titanium out? Because that is everything. So we might need to do some underground belts and put it out that way. So next we want to connect. This one's probably the easier connection. This is just connect to mineral sludge. Wow, I put that real close, huh? Okay, so that should fill that up with mineral sludge. And that will make plenty of those. We want like that and like that. We do need crystal seeding, and we'll get crystal seeding from... Oh, that's never been working to full efficiency, apparently. We want crystal seeding from... somewhere. Probably here. Yeah, we can take crystal seeding from somewhere else. We've got plenty of crystal seeding these days. There is no way this steel manufactorum is going to stay there. I don't know why I said manufactorum, like, that's just too much, what is it called? Warhammer influence there. That's crystal slurry. I don't care about crystal slurry. Crystal seeding is the one I care about. And it's not even a particularly great place for it. Okay, that should be better now. This should be a lot of gold. Can we move that just one more notch over? Because then if we do it like this, we can connect it that way. So that way if we do make more of these, we're actually going to have problems. That's alright. We won't do it that way. Do it that way. Yeah, that's actually much better. So then everything comes in and we start really making titanium, which is super exciting aside from the fact of how do we get it out of here. Don't worry, noble friends, we have a plan. That's going to be that one. So what we're going to do is, because it's that one there, we will put spaces, not spaces there, that's a bad place to put spaces. Like that. Yeah. So where there's room to put spaces, we'll put spaces. And that is where we're going to get it out of here. Great. Now these may actually need to be fast stack inserters, I just realized. Because quite frankly, the amount of titanium we're going to be putting out here is just going to be absolutely obscene. Like, there will be crimes with how much titanium is coming out of these things. So, now that we've got a shit ton of titanium, let's just make sure this is actually working so far. So let's power this baby up. So I believe we've got power up to there, so that's cool. Probably need to actually connect it to the... probably need to actually connect it to some sort of mineral sludge deposit as well. We can't just run it off no sludge. So, you know, first step there went wrong. Also, the fact that no power is there, that's another little bit of a blunder. Okay, but we're getting there. Okay, we should be making stuff now. It is being made. It is very exciting. Start connecting things to more power. Awesome. Looks like we probably don't have these powered. That makes sense. That is also coming. Okay. Sure enough, we have things. I've forgotten about crystals, the geodes. Get them every time. It's alright. We'll get there one day. We'll get there one day. Actually, let's put that one further away. That's going to be our yellow geodes. One day I'll remember geodes before I connect everything. Not today, but one day, and it'll be very exciting the day that happens. And blue geodes. Great. Okay. At least I remember crushed stone this time. That's, you know, that's still an improvement of sorts. But the geodes are going to have to be picked up from the end of the line because they're a pain. Nitric acid, of course, we don't have enough of that right now. And that's going the wrong bloody way. Well, it's at the end of Zilch's geodes? Probably. Alright. You know, we've got a warehouse for now. I just chuck the geodes into it. It's fine. And we probably need to connect things. The wastewater is not being gotten rid of. That'll go now. And we're not getting any water. Find that curious. Because we never powered that. Okay. This is why we do these things. Okay, then we power that, power these. At the end of this, we should have a good, healthy amount of titanium. No, because we're not getting rubite. Okay, but that's fine. Oh, actually, we have some titanium. Oh, I'll consider that a win of sorts. And we want to... I'll make another one of these on each one if possible. Just offsetting it. That one may not be possible. That's alright. Okay, so we have titanium now. Now we can make more efficient titanium, or we could just deal with it. Part of me really just wants to deal with it and get it done. We're at 83%. We've got time, actually. Let's do... No, if you're going to do a job, do it properly, right? Right. So that's dealing with 1,000 titanium per minute. Shoot. Okay, I may want to deal with this properly, but I don't know if I've got the tools for this. Let's find out. It's not going to require anything because I didn't actually ask it to. So 1,000 titanium per minute. Actually about 8. Okay, 8's actually the right number. Neat. Now, of course, these aren't powered, and we will deal with powering them later. Right now, we just want to get the basics done again. That steel is going to be real in trouble. It's getting more and more in danger. We've got room in the middle there, just so that way we can move things should we need to later, or rather, slot things in the middle. Okay, and then we have processed titanium. Processed titanium, we're not going to turn them into titanium pellets, we're going to turn them into this stuff, which is going to use the chemical furnace, of which we have a few of them. Hello, Steel. How you doing, buddy? Looking real in the way right now, aren't you? Sure are. In fact, we're going to need to move this one out because we need to put chlorine in there. Question is though, how much is this going to deal with? It's going to deal with 450, and it's going to be putting out 980, which, you know what? Going to be dealing with 900. A little bit short, but it'll do. Cool. Connect that to pipes. That to pipes. Don't know where we're going to get all this chlorine from, but we'll figure that out when we get there. And we're technically already there, so shit. Oh, you know what? There's actually going to need to go one more further out. Well, just one side, actually. Because we're going to need to get carbon in here as well. So that's alright. It's just a little bit more of a change. We are at 83 science. We are racing against the clock right now. But it's funny, because when this clock is complete, this will also be what we're racing against the clock for this clock that we're making. Because this is actually going to speed it up for future endeavors as well. So, carbon is needed. Now, I don't think we've ever needed carbon here, so we're going to have to create it. Now, carbon is easy enough to make. It's just steam and charcoal. Steam is a little bit more of a problem. Hopefully I have something to make a boiler, but I don't. Do I have enough to make an electric boiler? Maybe. No, I don't. Same problem. Well, not the same problem. But we're going to need to make carbon. For that, we're going to need steam. That's all right. Carbon is actually really easy to make. It's just a pain that I need it. No, that was right. Aside from the one that was kind of pointing the complete wrong direction, that one wasn't right. Okay, so we need steam, but we'll get that probably when we get some stone, or what do we need for a boiler? Let's not even worry about an electric boiler, we just need some stone furnaces, which is stone, which I don't have any stone right now. But what matters is when this comes out, it can join this madness. Fantastic. Okay, so that's going to then make titanium tetrachloride, and we're going to move this out further, so... Oh boy, is this not going to be happy with what I'm doing now. I'm about to make a few things very unhappy as I do this. Okay, so we'll just relocate that, which is an interesting problem. And hopefully we don't need to relocate it again, but we may have to. Maybe I'll just cut the connections off for now. And of course we will need oxygen as well for that, because otherwise it won't be able to breathe. And in fact, iron facilities that can't breathe are not much good to anyone. Okay, that's just going to be all in the way right now, but nothing I can do about that. We're going to be picking up a lot of iron ingots and a lot of steel ingots. I'm still not sure there's going to be enough room. That's alright, it looks like it's mostly coming back together again now. We won't worry about connecting it just yet. We'll worry about that when we actually get to a decent position for that. But it'll get there. That'll be made up. Okay, we still need to figure out where to get chlorine from. That's going to be an issue. We could steal chlorine from another part of my base. That part of the base is actually struggling at the moment. It's a shame because we really need that. We don't actually use that chlorine, do we? That might be the best way to do it. Get it from the aluminium. Okay, we'll worry about that next. Then we need titanium sponges. So that is going to be using creating 13,500, which is a lot. And if we turn them around, how much is that? 13,500, that's actually probably too much for a change, which is nice. It's a nice change. 18,000. Yeah, so if we get rid of 2 of them, that's... Yeah, look, that's fine. And then likewise... Not like that. Okay, so that's my sponges. Now, out of curiosity, how much of a belt does that many sponges take? 1.6 of a belt. Look, we can always speed up the belts. Hey, Lord Platypus, how you doing? We are trying to make so much titanium right now. And that steel facility is so in my way. You know what, let's just speak honestly. That's not staying there at all. We know that. And we can just move it down here for when it gets around to it. Okay. And we'll worry about how to connect that up later. Okay, so that's going to make a shit ton of titanium sponges. No, the first rocket has not been launched because we still haven't got that space science. This is actually what we're building extra titanium for, but while I'm building this, the science is actually coming through anyway. So we're at 85% for the space science. So it's a race against time whether we get this done before we get the space science or not. That's what the challenge is right now. I should be able to get this done before space science is complete, which is both good and bad. And offset it by 1. But we're so close. We are so close. I can taste it. It tastes like... It just tastes weird. I don't know what it tastes like and I don't know why I'm tasting it, but it tastes weird. Okay, and then we just need to get the charcoal, which is actually real easy to get. Because it's right there. SeaBlock and race with time. Well, I'm racing myself, so, you know. Because I really want to get this done before I have to go and deal with the rocket. Because the rocket, of course, takes priority over everything else. So, that outputs how many sponges? It outputs 2,800 sponges per minute, and that's using way more sponges than that. Okay, so we've built that too big. That's still way too big. Wait, like literally? Man, that's cool. Yeah, no, I know Tour de France very, very well. I used to watch it when I was a child on TV. That's so cool, man. I'm actually jealous. I mean, admittedly, when I was watching it was, what was it? Not Lance Armstrong while he was racing. But I'm aware that didn't go particularly well in the end. But, you know, I'm aware of the Tour de France. And that's so cool. I'm surprised it's actually running, despite COVID. There has to have been arguments about that. Now, we could also increase this by putting in manganese or titanium. or nickel, because I know we've got a lot of that available. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so that is... If I may ask, whereabouts are you, Lord Platypus? I may have asked before, I'm sorry if I have. And you don't have to answer either. I just don't know where the Tour de France is these days because I don't follow it anymore. That's pretty cool. I'm actually jealous. Now we could, as I said, expand this with nickel or manganese, and we will look at that later. But now, dance in French Brittany this year. Oh, awesome! I vaguely know where that is thanks to Crusader Kings. Crusader Kings have taught me everything I need to know about Europe. That and way more than I wanted to know about incest. But hey, that's Crusader Kings for you. Okay, that's cool. Oh, so it's only day 2? One liquefier disconnected. What liquefiers? What liquefiers? Okay. But yeah, just gotta... Oh, I see it. The induction furnace. You're quite right. Good spotting. I probably would have found it like hours and hours later, but... Boop. Thank you. I was a bit confused. I'm like, I'm not using liquefiers at the moment. I thought maybe you saw something else. As I said, sometimes I notice things like, or I find things like hours later that I'm like, oh shit, that was never connected. Now this is going to be interesting because I'm still going to need that chlorine. But I got a plan for that. And once I get the chlorine, then titanium production will be good again. Probably put a pump in there, except we don't carry any pumps with us, so it's fine. So, chlorine. Now at the moment, we're discarding all of it. But what I also notice is we are requiring a lot more of it than we thought. So... I don't think this is actually using the chlorine at all. No, it's just discarding it. Okay. What we could do... Oh, it actually does look like it's using some of it. Oh, for gold. Interesting. Okay, so I have had that thought before to use it. And I hear some worms, which is slightly startling. Okay. And just bring the chlorine up from there. A little bit off, but that's alright. Okay, now let's power up everything and see if we end up with titanium at the end of all of this. Maybe we will. It's very exciting. It's an interesting concept. No, we won't because we still don't have charcoal. Sorry, carbon. So we need to probably go and get some the stone or... And we still need to fix up the nitric acid. Okay. So, we do need to deal with those geodes at some point. Not that there's many of them right now. Interesting, there's not many of them. Okay. So we need to get some stone so we can make the stone furnaces, so we can make the boilers, and that'll make our carbon. Now, stone is kind of a weird one because usually we don't need stone, for literally right now. Okay, boilers. We'll make some boiler twos. I don't think it matters, but we'll make it anyway. Because if you're going to do it, you know, go big, go home. That's what I always say. I don't ever say that, because if I said go big or go home, I'd just go home. I can't be bothered. I got other things I want to do today. And I want to... Sorry, I just heard myself there, and I was like, man, the laziness there. Go big, go home. See you later, I'm going home. Okay, so with all the things that I've requested, all of a sudden the factory goes absolutely nuts trying to build replacements for everything. I do want to steal some of these concrete pipes so I can build the saline plants. Brass pipes, okay. And then we should have mostly enough to get all of this off the ground, and also expanding on my aluminium production, which is always good. That's tungsten. I've messed up there. Where's aluminium? Around there somewhere. That is cobalt. Where is aluminium? Over there. Okay. It's a typical problem. Not enough sodium. It happens all the time. So, doesn't even really matter where we put these so much, as long as they just get water. So we could just put them at the end here. Build something like that. Just connect that to the saline water. Or some of that. We'll increase these. Don't know if it's doing quite enough, but we'll see. Still not actually making enough, would you believe it? Can I build more? No. I don't have enough other stuff. Okay, well, we've still improved things. Okay, so we've got my boilers, and that's good, but we're still going to need more nitric acid, and that'll probably be the next step. But there has been some improvement, and that's worth mentioning, I suppose. Okay. So, boilers. We're going to need water for these as well, if I know how things in this game work. Which one would certainly hope by now I do. Yeah. So, split. Probably belts. Probably belts. And connect that. Then connect the steam. That should be full of steam. No, because it's got no water in it. Trick with steam is you need to make it out of something. Usually water. I know it's a weird concept, but that's where we're at today. That's too much blasting. Okay. So with that, we should actually be making something. And then all we got to do is speed up the nitric acid, and we are rolling in titanium. Which is a weird thing to roll in, I know, but that's what we want to roll in. If I want to roll in titanium, you shouldn't judge me. That's not fair. In fact, we're not rolling titanium because it didn't actually make enough. Well, that's disappointing. Hello, robots. Okay, so... Is there a train nearby? There is a train nearby that we can just... steal. It's actually got a very important job, that train, so I don't want to steal it for too long. So, we're going down to the rocket facility, which is halfway across the base. Yeah, we're going to build nitric acid halfway across the base. And that's just where we're going to do it. Hopefully nothing stops us on the way. Damn, that was a clear ride. Heck yes. Proud of that. Okay, nitric acid. Now the problem is ammonia doesn't have any hydrogen. The problem for that is we've got so much sodium. That's kind of a funny problem. It's the literal other problem I've got up on the other side of the base. So what we can do is use chemical plant and water. What we'll do is output priority on this side. So it'll only output something if it can't actually use it. Then we'll use chemical plant to turn that sodium into sodium hydroxide solution, which means we will need purified water for that. I don't know if we have any purified water around. Okay, well we're going to make some purified water then, aren't we? Easy solution. And we can use the saline water as well, so that... Oh, actually, never mind, there's purified water right there. Haha! It's all about theft when I play the game. Other Factorio players play as if they've planned something. I play stealing from myself consistently. It's the only true way to play. Okay, and then we grab that. And we turn that into a liquid of sorts. Now we could use this liquid to ferry it over to here and then turn that into stuff. But quite frankly, I don't care enough. I can just make more. I've got infinite power. He says actually maybe having a power crisis in the next 10 hours or so. But the point is right now I just need to be making more of this. And I am. I'd feel happier if that was double speed. Okay, good. So that'll burn through the sodium and start making hydrogen again, which will make my ammonia again. And we'll start making my nitric acid again, in theory. Are we making nitric acid, boys? Boys? Sort of. They're not making enough oxygen. Which is kind of a funny problem. So we have a lot of oxygen coming down here that we just burn off immediately. So we're going to do that with an overflow valve. And we'll put an overflow valve that away. So if we do actually have too much oxygen, we can burn it. But I don't anticipate that being a thing as much as it used to be. But these guys are all good. These are pretty much all good. So the only thing we're lacking is what? The gas? Oh, that's not even connected. That'll probably speed things up. Okay, so if we go and check the titanium, we should start seeing completely full. Really? Is it? It is actually full for the moment, because these are slowed down again. Because gold is slowed down again. Why is gold slowed down? Is it because I ran out of... I had to take a guess, it's probably because I started using the chlorine that it wanted. Would that be about right? No. It's just slower. Oh, because nitric acid ran out. Okay, well that's probably fixing itself now. Like that will be less of a problem going forwards, because it is actually making gold again. So it stopped making gold for a while, it looks like. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, so we may need to speed up gold a little bit. These are going well. About 90%, I think I start carrying things down there. Nitrogen. This gas is a little bit light, so maybe what I'll do is make a couple more. If there's no harm in that. And it's also using more oxygen, which is pretty good to use. Okay, and that's really pumping out a lot of nitric acid. Be good to have a little bit more oxygen in the works, but looks like everything's sort of working okay now. Now we are wasting a lot of resources doing this, but that's okay. Power is at 600 megawatts, that is okay. The important thing is that ammonia is maxed out, because ammonia is required for every part of rocket fuel pretty much. I wonder if actually having a overflow thing for the nitrogen might be a good idea down here as well. This is a backup one. So yeah, you know what? I see no real problems with doing an overflow valve or another flare stack. Flare stacks are always in a weird place that I never can find them. There they are. Okay, so nitric acid looks like it's going real good. These are going alright. Leaching plant 2s might not be a bad idea in the near future. But more gold is coming through, and that is that's useful. A lot of gold is required though. Not a ton of gold, but some. How are we going now? Is it a bit better? Looks to be a little bit better, but not great still. They are mostly going. Maybe we could improve gold just a tad. There's probably some changes we could make. Hello, rocket. You will be launched very soon, I guarantee it. We should be if we check yellow science. Oh, in fact, I think the yellow science train has just dropped off some stuff. Didn't drop off a lot though, did it? That's alright. Gold is what I need to fix now. Actually. Improved leech. Actually, no, if I improve gold with the speed modules, that's still some improvement. Yeah, there's some improvements I can make without actually building anything new. But leaching plants, level 2. I actually be able to build those. That shouldn't be too difficult. Just a little bit faster is all I need. And that's not even connected. Wonderful. Well, look, that's a little bit faster. We basically just constructed a whole extra machine there. Okay, and that'll also be making a bit extra gold. The problem now is it's just not outputting it fast enough, so we can use some stack inserters. That's not needed. One stack inserter is actually doing it pretty quickly. And sure enough, gold is coming out. A lot of gold. I mean, it's so much gold, it's actually backing up a little bit. Not too badly. And in fact, if I stack inserted, it would probably be even less of a problem. Yeah. That's good. I love watching a stack inserted go, it's just like jutters, like it's like a little angry chainsaw. Aww. It's so mad. Alright. So it does actually look like these are getting through them faster. And so I imagine we're probably... Are we at peak blue chips now? See, now we're having problems with titanium again, and that's kind of where I want it to be. Because I can just build more casting facilities for titanium. They are coming through. Gold is not backing up, but it is getting all the way to the end of the output full. Oh my god, it's another one that's ever actually output anything. That's how I'd improve my base. Just actually make it so things get put onto or off machines. I know, it's a genuinely great idea. Anyway, I should have a train coming this way any moment now. That's probably far away. Silicon train, that's doing its thing. You know what, I can steal a silicon train for a little while. Just to go back home. I'm going to make the new leaching plants, because I figure that'll actually make things a bit faster. Titanium, looking good. Actually, before I do that... I want to go here. Okay. Because I need to speed up titanium production, because I've done this before. Gold will actually get to a fine speed, but titanium will not, because there's just not enough facilities to be outputting the titanium. Like, that one's good. Pretty happy about the amount of things we're seeing. But see, there we go. Even though titanium's absolutely maxed out, it's not doing great. But the good news is we can fix that problem. Just with a little bit of ingenuity. By ingenuity, I mean just putting a thing. Wait, are these? Casting machine 4. I don't think I need a casting machine 4. Okay, so that's putting a lot more titanium out onto the belt, which is making these manufactured faster, which everything is pretty good. This is going not so crazy right now. That's what I like to see. Science is going faster. Welcome to Science Town. Population, look at all this shit. Population, we're gonna need faster titanium on that belt. Okay, so a lot of blue circuits being created. I imagine this is the fastest we've ever created blue circuits. We are still having manufacturing issues, but they're new ones, so that's fun. It will speed up the CPU the integrated electronics production. Because that apparently is what's slowing us down at the moment, but everything is speeding up again. This is good. This is what we want to see. Some things are just not coming through fast enough. That's alright, we're getting there. I mean, whatever the heck that is, it does not need any more blue circuits, that's for sure. What is that? Problem is it doesn't have enough bearings? What bearings are you short on? Are we short on cobalt now? I thought we had heaps of cobalt. Do we not have heaps of cobalt? Or do we have problems with cobalt steel? That is potentially a problem. Okay, so cobalt steel is something we need to make more of, but that's alright. We can make... Is that actually stopping sciences? It's stopping pink science. Is pink science the thing I got problems with? Nah, pink science has got 4,000 of it. It's yellow science I need. And I imagine that's looking pretty good right now. That's right, 32. That's less than I kind of wanted, but that's okay. We've got 3 of these going. Okay, but they are making things faster. The only thing we're lacking now is, I think, transistors. That'd be right. I don't make enough transistors. Transistors is one of those things you never really make enough of anyway. So science is at 90%. So that's still coming along. I mean, actually, we're really not making enough transistors. Look at them. That is a sad that is a sad line of not enough transistors. What's the problem, guys? Why are you not making enough transistors? You're not getting enough of this. Why is this using level 1 assembly machines? Seriously. Turn up your game, buddies. You should be using level 3s. Look at that. Now you got a full belt. Aren't you excited? We've lost some construction bots, it just occurs to me. They'll appear, but we're missing them. Okay, and we're just going to speed them up as well. Just really get things out. Okay, so that'll probably speed up a few things. Yeah, that already looks better. Does it though? Yeah, sort of. I guess. Yeah, it's making more transistors, so that's cool. We're making more processing chips, and we are seeing like multiple blue chips on the belt at a time. That's highly exciting. Before we were only seeing like 1. Now these require 3 each, but that's okay. Because I mean, one of them is always just being manufactured, which is really neat. Sometimes it even goes up to 2. And every one of these is just another science pack. Or another 2 science packs, in fact. Okay, so can we speed up yellow more? Probably we'd need more blue chips, though. So the hold back on blue chips right now... There's still transistors? I don't know. What we might do, though, we'll probably do more productivity modules and actually make it faster, not by doing more, doing a little bit less, but more efficiently. And if we do that, we will be getting a little bit more through. It'll be a bit slower on each one, but we'll be making like more in general. So that would be good. It does seem like we've had some change. Transistors, though, still huge problem. How difficult would it be to build more transistors? I think transistors are pretty easy to build. I'm just trying to find them. That's the real trick with transistors. Where are they? Transistors, what are they and can you eat them? Yes, you can. Okay, they are just... Okay, the problem is still the silicon, oddly enough. So we could just put more silicon through and that would probably do the job. But I think if we do this... The problem was they just weren't making very much silicon. Yeah, put more silicon on the system and it goes crazy. Which is fine, we do actually have a lot of silicon. But I mean, that's what I say about everything, and then it turns out everything jams up again because I don't have enough. So, maybe I never learned my lesson. Maybe that's the point I'm trying to make here. A lot of transistors. Happy to see that. Could I perhaps build more transistors in another way? Possibly. Yep, that's a silly con indeed. It does look like they're coming through fast enough. I may need to create faster belts soon. Look, silicon is a silly con man's game, right? Is that where we're going with this? Because that's where I'm going with it. In fact, we probably need to just do that for now. And just prepare it to be upgraded later. Okay. And look, we'll just put productivity modules in there. It'll be slower, but it'll be fine. Could also steal these, but that's not really going to actually add anything. We'd be better off to actually make more transistors somewhere. I mean, down here. Do we just add more transistors down here and go crazy? Maybe. We're at 93%. We have got plenty of time before shit gets real. Which is actually a shame. I don't want any time before shit gets real. I made my titanium. Turns out I had plenty of time. Gold is coming through at enough speed. Look, transistors is the problem. Let's stop pretending it's not. Let's build more transistors. Let's build a lot of transistors. So we're going to worry about this in number of transport belts. I mean, even this will build enough for 1.5 transport belts. So what I actually want is enough for 1 belt. That's pretty good. I just recall, like, transistors is just a thing you always need more of anyway. Although, actually... No, let's do 2 belts. Let's go nuts. You know what? The world is my oyster, and I'm going to fill it with transistors. Did I start working on satellite parts? All the satellite parts are ready to go, more or less. I just don't have the tech for it. And that is the problem that I've run into. So I need plastic. Yeah, so the rocket is ready on the pad. I just don't have the tech for the satellite. Which I wish I'd realized sooner, but that's okay. I didn't. So we're just going to build a lot more space for more transistors. Because transistors are always good to have. You can never really have too many of them. I mean, I still need to do a little bit of collecting to actually get the satellite parts, but it'll just be walking around and just picking them up from various places. Yeah, they kind of are, actually. Oddly enough, they're needed for red circuits, but I think red circuits are the green circuits of SeaBlock. If that's not a confusing sentence, I don't know what is. Okay, so... Because transistors are required for red circuits, green circuit... red circuits, blue circuits, and black circuits. probably required for other things as well. I don't remember. But they are... Yeah, they're required for 34 things. They're required for also all the logics stuff. Not logics, productivity stuff. So, you know, it's just one more thing you need. Okay, we're just going to put a circle here for now. Just because I think that's probably far enough. And we're going to need to build a train station, which we don't have the electric circuits for, but good news, we can get them. We're also going to put a thing here so we can get trains in here without it being too big a deal, without jamming up the whole system. Okay, train stop. I accidentally clicked the rail, but that's okay. It knew what I meant. It took me like 40 or so seconds more than 500 hours. But I am on track to do this faster, I believe. Because last time I was being lazy and watching it do stuff sometimes. This time I have no such reservations. I just want to get this done. It was about the 300-hour mark that I started losing the will to live. We're not quite there yet, so that's good. That was 500 with the space extension, yes. Because the space extension is part of SeaBlock. For some reason. Oh, we're at 97, 97. Oh, actually, this could be it, guys. This could be it. Plastic drop. Oh my goodness, this actually could be it. 99. We are about to drop absolutely everything. I'm not dropping everything until it tells me it's time to drop everything, though. Okay, I'm dropping everything. Okay, so let's get that satellite going. Let's just get some research going. You know, I know what I want. I want nuclear power. Better nuclear power. Alright, satellite time. Satellite time, it's time for satellites. Okay. So, we're going to put this right here. Oh my gosh, it's happening, it's happening! Okay, that's that part done. Good. Okay, that's that. Silver zinc batteries. Yeah, silver zinc batteries and... Let's put satellites here for a second. Great. Silver zinc batteries, radar, rocket fuel. We need that, okay. We got lots of rocket fuel, I'm not too fussed. Okay, radiothermic generators. In fact, those, because of I need to hand feed them anyway, I'm going to just hand feed them. So, now I just need to get a line of my batteries, my radars, and just pick up a bunch of my nuclear chargy boys, and we're launching the first rocket. We'll be launching in the next couple of minutes. Oh, crap. This is exciting. Welcome to everyone who is here for the first time. This is a historic moment, and I'm very excited to be here. I hope you are. Alright, so... what I'm going to do... Were they actually? You're like not joking there? That's pretty cool, if that's the case. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a request a chest. Okay, first we're going to ditch a bunch of stuff, which for some reason it decided to give me right now when I was in the middle of something. Okay. We're going to do a request a chest. Huh! That's cool. Thank you for the science fact. Request a chest, we always carry those around for some reason. So, We want silver zinc batteries because I'm pretty sure we've got them around. We do, and radar 5s. Okay, and then what we're going to do is... That's the wrong type. Glad we tried though. We are also going to have a thing stopping radar 5s happen when we've got too many radars. That will be a thing. And silver zinc. Silver zincs I don't care about too much. Like, I just don't care about them in the same way. Okay. We do have lots of radars in there, that's alright. Let's just get this going all the way down. In my original time that I played this, I had this going on a train, but I kind of like things just being on belts this time. Like, I'm using a lot less trains than I did the first time I played SeaBlock. And I'm using a lot more like signals. And fast stack inserters. And that's right, I wanted to do a box that just goes in the box. Yeah, so what we're gonna do is wait for these guys to arrive, and we gotta ourselves a stew going. I'm just trying to connect the red circuits, the circuits, so I don't try to pull like a million radars when it's not required. Sorry, I know this is kind of a pain to do when I'm like so close to perfection. Radar is pulling 4. Okay. By the time we're back down there though, this should be ready. Look at all those batteries. Why not put the request chest down there? Because then I would need to have the bots logistics go down there, and I don't want the bots to come all the way there and then I run out of range. I like the bots, the logistics bots only being in one centralized place. It's a good question though, because typically if you go to where the bots are and then you run away from them, they like get sad and then have to put everything into a storage chest, and then they empty the storage chest later, and it's just like, just keep it simple, guys. Okay, and that is just a read hold. Okay, we've got the first satellite. I have no words for this time aside from let's do this. Okay, first satellite. The problem is after the first one, we're going to make the second. Alright, first satellite out, and I just realized that we... Did we doing something there? Doesn't it tell me like, hey, you did a thing? No, I've got to launch 7 more satellites. Yep, don't forget the space science, you're quite right, I shall not. Because that's why we waited so long in the first place. Okay, so... Put it in a box for now. Okay, and then we're going to get the space science up to my science labs. Yeah, that'd be really funny if I waited all that time and then I just forgot to empty the space science. That would be hilarious. I would cry. I wouldn't cry. Okay, so we're going to launch 7 more satellites before the next part of this comes in. So that's not too bad. We were going to launch that many satellites anyway. Connect the satellite inserter to the box so it won't launch if it's full. It won't be full. I know what you mean. Because that'll empty out pretty quickly. Because I've got a stack inserter. It'll... But now there's no... I see what you're saying. Could potentially be a problem. Now the problem is we're going to need more rocket control modules, but they will be manufactured. Deuterium is going along real fast, actually. It's already at 25%. That's super exciting. And Chrome... Well, Chrome's finally run out. Wondering when that was going to be a problem. Now, the question is, do I fix the problem or do I let the problem perpetuate? Now, if you're new to this channel, you'll think I'm going to fix it. Yeah, I'm planning to fix it, alright. I certainly wouldn't. I wouldn't be the sort of person that would let a problem perpetuate until it was way beyond saving. That's not who I am. Just fixing something else real quick before I problem perpetuate. I'm absolutely that person. Aluminium. I'm a little surprised aluminium is slow. I thought that would have been fixed by now. Probably need to find out what's going on there very soon. Why is aluminium going slow, actually? No, we're going to fix chrome. Aluminium's going okay. It probably just needs more sodium. Okay. What we probably want to do is actually have the satellite go on auto launch as well when we get around to it. What was I doing? Chrome, that's right. So let's go and get... Hey, hello train! Welcome to the fun factory. Okay, so right now we've got a bunch of just crap in there. It's like iron and manganese and cobalt. And if I cared, I would be dealing with that right now. But I am bad at factories. I ain't doing it. Not right now. I'll do it. I will fix it one day. I will relish in all the stuff that I have one day. But not today. Okay, so we're getting my chrome back in. Making some chrome happen. I think we can speed this up a little bit as well. I think there were a couple of things that were not manufactured properly. Like for instance, pretty sure those should all be yellows. Sure, should that be blue? Those are all reds. That's good. That's good. Those flotation cells aren't quite right. Those flotation cells aren't quite right. That doesn't even have a thing. The important part is it'll be making more chrome now. We could also just get these liquids and take them back over there, because what do we do with sodium hydroxide? We have the sodium hydroxide solution. We turn it back into sodium hydroxide in almost the same way, actually. So what we could do is let's put this as an overflow. I don't really need that rocket fuel. Really need that. Overflow valve is right there. Cool. So then I will get this connected. If I remember rightly, that doesn't really... Oh, actually, there's a space there that we can take it up. Okay. So right there. And then we can use sodium hydroxide for other places which actually need it. And to be honest, I think there's a couple other places which could benefit from doing this. Because as much as I don't really care about the sodium hydroxide, it's probably better to use it than just keep venting it all. Fun science fact, though, by the way, just again on the thing about the silver batteries, the Apollo and Sputnik. That's really cool. I appreciate that. I don't really have any science facts in return. I don't know why I believe science facts deserve science facts in return. Like a science fact exchange program. But I don't have any right now. I mean, I'm sure I do. I am renowned for science facts at work. I don't know why. I know exactly why, because I just read a lot of shit. Okay, and then sodium hydroxide solution. No, we want to go back the other way. And that's going to do two things. It's going to give me purified water, which I will clarify for now. And it's going to give me sodium hydroxide, which I will devour eagerly. Let me just do one more, actually, just to really have some sort of symmetry. Symmetry is nice. Because then I can do that. And I like doing those. Okay, so I'm going to come up here. We're going to bypass the conveyors, well, not the conveyors, the box setup that I had. I believed I needed it. Alright, and that adds a lot more sodium hydroxide here. What I do want to do, though, is I do want to focus the input on the left side, so that way these hydrogen and chlorides don't stop for any reason. Now, I can't help but notice... Oh, is it? It's not powered. Lol. I was going to say, I can't help but notice it stopped, and that's bad. Okay, so that's a good start, but I know another place that could probably use a similar treatment. But this will allow much, much more aluminium to be constructed. Plutonium is at 43%, which is really funny because that's more science than the last one did, and it's coming up way faster. But that's actually kind of expected, I suppose. Because the last one we were struggling to get yellow science made, and now I imagine yellow science probably like, yeah, it's 114 on there right now. And if we got more transistors, it could be even higher. What are you short on? Oh, these. Okay, so we're going to need more silicon as well, which, interesting, that we should have more silicon there. Okay, well, let's steal a train, because train stealing is cool. Let's go down here, look at the rocket one more time, and then we will start connecting more stuff. 1 out of 7 satellites launched, that's pretty good. At some point very soon we may want to build more than 5 science facilities as well. Maybe even an array of them, if we wanted to feel a bit spicy. That was never going to be used. See, now this is another case where we're just ditching them. And while I'm fine with ditching them, can we just do a thing where we can get a go overflow valve? This isn't what actually we came here for, but I saw it and I was like, no. Let's think about this. Alright. That was weird. Hang on. I thought we had some dropped frames there, but everything looks to be all good. Alright, so the next rocket is at 58%. That's not bad. Could be better, but it's getting there. We have a satellite not ready to go yet because it needs more rocket units as well. The rocket units are actually coming by pretty quickly. Because we've got chrome coming through now. Not quite enough chrome. More chrome would probably be good. In fact, because chrome might be good, we might be better off having productivity modules in here. Because speed isn't the problem, it's just the lack of chrome is the problem. And if we can make like a 4 extra chrome every now and then, that's never going to be a bad thing. Now, we should have no more radars coming down here right now. I am clearly wrong. Why are we getting radars? You read 4. Like, I don't actually want that many radars in there. Like, 1 radar is probably... 2 radars, perhaps. 5 radars? 5 radars. That shouldn't be running. Other way around. If it's not equal 4, then it runs. Okay. That's alright. We needed a lot of radars anyway. It's not really a problem. Okay, that's all coming along pretty nicely. We've sped that up. Okay, so we want to... Do we need to worry about aluminium right now, or is aluminium probably fine at the moment? Not even close to fine at the moment. We need to deal with that sodium now. Okay. And look, yeah, sure. I don't think it actually takes those. I think we need lab 2s for those. Lab 2s I think are actually pretty easy to build. It's still troublesome to some degree, actually. That's alright. Can we start doing the beta research, actually? Can we keep doing that? I don't know if we've got enough science for that, but can we try? We've got, like, 20 or so. Yeah, there's no way we have enough science research for that, but we might as well try. Science research! That's the correct phrase. Okay. We'll grab that sodium hydroxide because we're not making enough aluminium, and this will help. And I just want to get this into the middle here. Because the train tracks are where this bullshit all happens. One more cross. And just take it up here, just keep going. This will deliver quite a lot of sodium hydroxide to the base, I hope. I'm going to deliver more, and maybe that's what I just really need. I really don't want to have to go through the grey goo facility, because that is an absolute nightmare to navigate. And here we are going through the grey goo facility. That's alright. We went through in a fairly easy spot, I suppose. Then we're going to just go straight through the algae plant. Yep, that's logical. Oh, we did actually have enough science for that. Cool. Oh god. That means we're going to start having to worry about advanced production modules very soon. I mean, it's fine. We needed to worry about it. It does need to happen. But I just... Ooh, that's going to be a session on its own. It's going to be multiple sessions on its own. I mean, nothing's going to be as bad as the time that I tried to make like a lot of red circuits, which I still don't know if I've got the resources to actually follow through on that. That took like 6 hours. That was ridiculous. That's alright. Okay. More sodium hydroxide. More aluminium. How's chrome going? Is chrome actually going now? It better be. Slowly. It's doing its best. Its best isn't very good, but it's the best it can do. Okay, keep working on modules. We've got a lot of slag here for some reason. We could try and put the slag back into here. We could melt the slag and then just chuck it back into the slag slurry situation. That's probably not a bad idea. Okay, so that's adding more sodium hydroxide, but still not a ton. While we're thinking about the slag, let's get that done. Yeah, one thing at a time. Is if you get things done, eventually things will happen. Oh yeah, this was the steel that I was going to work on. That I never did. I mean, hey, I can... No, slag is what I was doing. Focus. So if I can melt that slag into slag slurry and connect it to it, slag slurry will get used, the slag will get used, and it'll be a generally better situation. Now we don't need too much of this, we just need to get probably a liquefier and get some acid into it. The stack inserter should do the job. And then acid, where are we going to get acid from? Probably just up there. It's really close. Like literally it's right there. It's so close. And then we just need to put it out that way. That's pretty good. And then we can filter it. Maybe I should do this with all the slag that I got. Because I know I've got other slag just sitting around that's not doing anything. Okay, so that will increase the slag to some degree, and the very worst case it'll... Well, it's one less thing that's going to jam up, which is nice. Okay, keep researching. This is going to be a slow research, I think. Well, I think it's going to research. I think I prepared this one. Yeah, it's going. It's just these three. In fact, yeah, that's going to melt through it pretty quickly. Anodized. You know what, we could probably speed up these anodized ferrous concentrate. Because that appears to be the main slowdown right now. In fact, just to really hammer home this, productivity modules, because they're not all running, there's no problem in making them a little bit slower. Get them all running, but a little bit more efficiency. There's a lot of iron on that chest. Funny, I imagine what it's doing is taking all the iron out first, then taking all the nickel out. It's like defragging, honestly. If you look at it, it's... If you ever watch the defragger run, it's a lot like that. And it is defragging it. Which is super cute. The iron's going down, the cobalt's going up. I reckon when I come back here, it's going to be looking like completely like a defrag situation, and that's going to be neat. Go defragger. The manganese could be useful in a lot of ways, and so I kind of want to do something with that at some point. How's plastic going? Out of curiosity, because Don't need a lot of that. It's doing its best. But its best is not good enough for me. Like, me doing my best is good enough for me, but it doing its best, not good enough. Like, I'm its boss, it's not my boss, you know? If I'm doing insufficient work, that's my problem. If you're doing insufficient work, it's still my problem. And what we might do as well is maybe even chuck productivity modules into here too. I don't know if that's getting a bit silly, but probably not required though. But if we can get just a bit more plastic being made, that's nice. Looks like the coal situation is pretty good now. Hydrogen, mostly sorted. Hydrogen trains do look like they're empty though. Hello Platypus, how you doing? I hope you didn't miss the rocket launch. I think you may have though. The rocket has been launched. Very exciting. And we are on our way to the next one. It's very exciting though. We've got a rocket. It's 63%. We just need to speed up these now. And what is the slowdown here? Blue modules again. We're back to blue chips. Oh geez, what's wrong with you now? Oh, okay. That's cool. Well then, yeah, focus on the cool thing happening, man. Don't worry about some streamer. Like, I mean, Tour de France. How often do you see that? Okay, we've got no solder. What happened to my solder? Come on, guys. It's being made. It just might not be being made fast enough. That's pretty cool. In fact, it's not really being made. What's the problem? Are we actually using up all my mineral sludge right now? We are. Interesting. Really? Damn, okay, yeah, mineral sludge is actually short again, probably because we've got everything being manufactured again. And with actual science coming through, that is also a huge drain on resources. So, okay. More transistors, more sludge. That looks probably where we need to be. Also, the plastic train's probably going to be sad. I don't want a sad plastic train. Those look like they're coming through. So the red circuits are coming through at a decent pace. Aluminium doing well. Alright, good. I have to wait for a few more things to restock and then... I don't know. I don't know where we're going next. I had a plan, I've completely forgotten it. We wanted more solder. Okay, and for that, I think what we're going to need to do is expand this out again. Maybe we do actually build the Spidertron so it can go out and do that, and then I can be saved to do something else that I actually want to do. That might not be a bad idea. Maybe that's what I do next episode. I build a Spidertron, and then the Spidertron can go and make more sludge and copy and paste stuff. But that is going to be later in the week, so that's not going to happen today. Yeah, I think that's where we're at. I think we just need to make more stuff. Expand the electrolyzers, expand the filters, and possibly even expand the gaseous puffers if required. Not sure if required yet, but I guess we'll find out. Maybe we'll actually put a train line through here. Getting pretty far away from a train line. Yeah, maybe a train line. How are we doing for time? We look, we are actually out of time for today. So thank you everyone for watching today. Thank you for this joining me for this momentous occasion of launching the first rocket. If you've enjoyed today and you're not already following, please give a follow. I'd really appreciate it. That way you can watch more Factorio when I'm streaming. I typically stream around this time. I try to stream 3 nights a week, but I think this is a secret stream, so kind of 3 nights a week this week as well. If you are wanting to watch old episodes, you can find them on youtube.com/SeiferKatt. That's spelled the exact same way as the channel. And you can in fact find the link below, so that's cool too. Beyond that, I do also have some subscription icons. They're really cute little kitties. If you are interested in supporting me, I would really appreciate it, but definitely don't feel obliged to. It just helps me do more stuff for the channel. Beyond that, thank you very much for watching, and hey, thanks for the following, Parkies. Really appreciate it. It's good to have you here. But beyond that, I am out for tonight, so hopefully I'll see you guys another time. Take care, everyone.